Hey, what's up, guys? It's day number 20 of 90, and I've got nothing written down today, so we're just shooting from the hip. This should be exciting. I've gone back and forth a little bit, thinking like how often I want to record this, and it's been a few days since the last one. And I'm realizing it's probably a good idea to give a couple days in between. It gives me a chance to let my brain breathe a little bit and to come back with new things that I've found and where I'm headed towards my main goals. And if you've been following along, it's to make money online. It's to get down to like peak physical physique, single digit body fat, 165 pounds. That would be the pinnacle. And then to develop and get really good at social skills. And I mean, the fourth of that, I guess, would be in the meditation, the happiness, spirituality of what we're focusing on these 90 days. And so giving it about a 3-day period between videos will really, I'll be able to bring really fresh stuff. It's a goal that I can stick with, I think, and I can keep the quality up on these videos. But like I said, I don't really have anything written down today, and I think I'm going to keep it relatively short, between 10 and 15 minutes, and just off the cuff it. And the first part that comes to mind is I'm digging into Sam Ovens stuff. This guy was he started consulting.com, and back in 2011, 2012, something like that, he was 21 years old and he quit his desk job to start his own business. And he started 2 failed businesses at like 21 years old in New Zealand. One was meal delivery, the other was a job posting board. And he was like, why did, he just sunk like 7-8 months into being an entrepreneur, and he's living in his parents' garage and he's going nowhere. And he had an epiphany, a realization that why keep making businesses that I think people want, and why not ask the businesses what they want? And so he found out from, I think, mainly brick and mortar, that they needed help with digital advertising. And so he got all the books he could on that, and he started helping these businesses. He made like $100,000 in his first year doing that. And then he continued to scale from there, then taking that and packaging it up and selling that around the world. And I had an inkling that this was going on when I started getting on Twitter, probably like 2021. And that's what's the great thing when you use social media for information. You can find out what people are doing and then get into that space. So while I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm late and I'm older or whatever, you get to it when you get to it, right? You find this information when you find it. And I love going down like Sam Ovens stuff. You gotta, for everybody it's different, right? But when you find people who are successful and you see what worked for them, and then you can kind of be like, oh, like that is something that I have never implemented or I struggle with. And so I'm loving, going back and watching his content. This is like from 6 years ago. At that point, consulting.com was like a $20 million revenue at that point. And then a few years later, he was worth 60 million. And I don't know now, he's like one of the owners of School. So really, really smart guy. And there's a lot that I could go over that he shares in his YouTube videos. I think one of the things that struck me was like his thoughts on self-discipline and focus. And it's a head that is rearing up in my life as a 100% commission sales rep and being the boss of my own schedule. I'm finding all these things that, like, if I could apply and with my experience, like that, I can really make some leaps and bounds. And it's an odd one, but it's at the forefront of my mind is my weight. I am like just struggling. I said I was so intentional, and the scale keeps going up. And I'm thinking, like, why is this? Like, why is it so hard right now? And one of the things that I think about is that we have all this evolutionary programming. And when you eat a full meal, you like let out a ton of endorphins. And this last week, like this last few days, it's been a little dark, and just like kind of struggling to maybe feel a little motivated and like to stay focused. And I guess and now like when I do allow myself to eat, sometimes it's not even when I'm hungry. And then I'm going to food choices. I'm so drawn to the ones that like have those spikes, like those fatty, quick meals, pizza last night. And in one of Sam Oven's videos, he talks about discipline, and one of the ways to enhance it, interesting enough, is to like bland down your diet. And when I have gotten good results in the past with my diet, it has been when food becomes a source of fuel and less so for like pleasure. And I've got to use like some judgment, and I don't want to eliminate like the pleasure of a nice meal, definitely not. But I also don't want to be completely at the helm and out of control to my urgings. Like it looks like there's this carryover of what I can accomplish with a strong discipline muscle, and also where I get pleasure from in the role that my food and my diet plays. And so I haven't been hungry today because of that pizza last night. And I keep wanting to, maybe eat and when I'm not hungry. And so I'm really trying to listen to that. And when you get into like, when you slip up, and I think the theme and the title of this video will be when you can't get to your fitness goals, like what's holding you back. There's something mental there, and there's like a weak discipline muscle, and it's finding a way to increase that. And there's a lot of things you can do. I'm just gonna rattle them off since this is kind of on my mind. Having a clear vision and mission and values, mainly the mission and vision of like where you're going. Like if you keep reminding yourself of that, and that like this is what I said I'd do to get there, then that really helps. Meditation is a big key. So spending that time, and it's so easy to be like, I don't know if I have time to meditate this morning. And like just the fact that we're doing it when we like don't want to, or when time is low, we're setting ourselves up for a more disciplined day. Eliminate distractions. So with food, like I wanted, when I started this 90-day series, like I really wanted to just follow my heart and like do the things that I loved doing. And I have to, like, now I'm like, well, the things that I really want to do, even more so than eat whatever I want or get drunk every night, like is to be in control. Like not just control because I want to let go, just to be like very expansive, aware of what's going on, and then like make the decision I want to make, right? Like I guess it's less being in control and more being intentional. And it's like that analogy of we're going down the river, but at least we can steer our boat as we're floating down. So it's a dichotomy of letting go and going with the flow of life, but then still being in this this cockpit of that boat. And environment is tough. Like if we have distractions around TV, maybe like when we're like really buckling down and we're starting a new online business, maybe take the TV down, put it in the closet, get rid of it. I don't have one right now. And it's like there's more important things than like catching up on Ted Lasso, or there's like I have more fun like going up to the pool today when I heard people chatting up there and playing music, to go and just talk to them and get better at my social skills, which I think is so like, it's such a stigma like against working on your social skills. Like it's liberating and it's energetic, and you don't need a substance to feel that energy. Like we've been lied to, and there's been a lot of bullshit out there. And so like that's way more fun than watching TV. And I like told you in previous videos, like I want to start making online money, and that takes a certain amount of discipline and focus that was unfamiliar to me. I can't just do what I feel like, and if that's watch TV in the afternoon, like that time is being redirected into the online business. And so that I don't have a lot of distractions in the house. That's one of my goals, is to keep like whittling down on distractions. I'll even show you here. Just a living room and a couch, little meditation spot over there. I think I'll get a rug and one more chair over there. I just got that bookshelf, pretty nice, right? And a Sam Ovens thing is like your car and your house is a reflection of your mind, even the desktop on your computer. And yeah, my mind has been a little bit cloudy, and I have a tendency just to like, I can see my environment really reflecting what's going on in here. So I guess maybe my environment affects my mind, or my mind affects my environment, or it's a little bit of a chicken and the egg. But that's another thing. I'm like, okay, well, let's take care of our environment more. And tomorrow I'm going to clean out my car, which is easy to get away from you when you're in construction sales. I've gotten rid of all snacks in the house, no alcohol. I didn't throw out the wine. That's a nice little marinade on my pre-prepped meals when I'm cooking them up, to throw a little dash of brandy or the Shiraz I have. And when it comes to like alcohol and health and social circle, the people, like I said, it's important to have mentors. And there's guys like Sam Ovens for business. There's another guy for social circles named Owen Cook, and he's been honing social skills for 20 years. Like, this guy is a legend, and the more I dig into his stuff, I see like a guy who's done it and sees a higher vision for why social skills. For instance, social skills are like actually a path to enlightenment. Like, really being able to let go and connect with people. You can only, like, by doing so, you're achieving a form of enlightenment. And so it's like a vessel, like the way that we socialize. Anyway, I could tangent on that for a while, and I wanted to keep it in mentors. So yeah, and Owen Cook, this guy, he doesn't drink when he goes out or do any drugs. And like that opened my eyes a lot, to some like kind of bad habits of what I needed to have fun, and why I liked like psychedelics or drugs, seeing them for like really like the negative to it, and what we're missing out on. And I'll probably still like once in a blue moon throw shots back with my boys, or like enjoy some wine. But yeah, I feel my interest changing. Like, in the same way, I don't want to eat a fatty meal. I want to get a good physique. Like, I don't want to go out and just rely on alcohol to have fun. I want to like enjoy the moments more, and like level up with my social skills. And I'm getting that from mentors. So whoever's watched this far, thank you so much. And that's why I share this, is so that value can be shared of what I'm experiencing in my life. And if you think someone could help from this, please share this video. If they're struggling with discipline, if they're struggling with their weight, if they're struggling with like alcohol, that's what I'm like want to do, like touch on today, is in developing discipline, we're like enhancing an aspect of our soul, our mind, our body. And I think we have a lot of misconceptions around discipline, like that it's not cool. I think for me, like, it seems so hard to have discipline. I remember back to a young age when I felt an impulse, like I'm very impulsive. It's led to bad decisions, but decisions that have just like made my life harder. And I enjoy that, like letting into it. Like a bag of potato chips as a young child, like I remember just like, oh, I'm just gonna eat it all. And it made me feel bad about myself. And so I liked to turn my head from it, pretend like it wasn't a problem. I was making it out harder than it needed to be. Like, I think there's a way that we can let these things be easy. And someone said there's something that we're holding on to that there's something that we hold on to that makes things hard. Like, and if we ask ourselves, like, what do I need to hold on to, let go of, that would make this easy? Maybe an answer will come to us. And I don't know what I'm holding on to that's making it hard to like sit down and do work, or like to eat better. But there have been times in my life that I have done well on those things. And I think that there's something that when we let go of that makes us a more disciplined person, we experience a higher state of enlightenment, of awareness, of joy. There's something that we can let go of. And if I was just to count down from 3, 2, 1, if I was to count down and just splurt out what it was that I needed to let go of that would make myself more disciplined, I would say 3, 2, 1, let go of like playing small and not letting myself grow up. I don't know if that's exactly it. I did my best to throw that out on the cuff. And I guess there's something maybe like a little scary about like what happens when we like this new space, like we're comforted. I'm comforted by the same old patterns, like, and it's scary to grow up and like be like, what if I fail? And I think about, if I let go, like, there's nothing to be afraid of. That there's people who love me, that the worst case scenario is like those people, as I have friends. And I just think, like, how bad do I want this? And, the pain of staying the same, the pain of loneliness, the pain of, like, just giving in and, like, going to my bed and eating a bowl of Cheetos and a box of pizza. The pain of doing that is worse than staying the same. It's where the pain of doing that and staying the same is worse than the pain of like oh, let's keep pushing on in this YouTube channel. Or like, let's see what we really like doing. Like, let's see how fun this can be to build websites. And let's, there's a pain of I'm going to bed and I'm not fooding myself when I'm not hungry. Like, there's a pain, like that pain of staying the same is worse than trying something new out right now, right? And just spilling my heart to you for 16 minutes at the end of the day every 3 days. And to keep learning and trying, like, admitting that I didn't have it all figured out. And I need guys like Sam Ovens and William Brown and Ryan Clogg and Owen Cook, like guys who put out information and who are changing my life. Because, like, there's the pain of thinking that I didn't, like, go all out and share my gifts of the world. Like, that it keeps pushing me forward. So I'm grateful that you made it this far. It's day 20. I'll let you know in 3 days what the weight is at, but it was like today it was for sure over where we started, 180. And I'll let you know like what I learned developing social skills, because it's a skill that needs to be worked out, like in the gym, and we've really like stigmatized going out there. And I got some stories about some of the reactions I get from people when I just like walk up and like work on my social skills. I guess like you just gotta like go with that, right? That's painful. That's painful. I'll tell you a story about the boat party I was at yesterday, 3 days, about how that went. So, all right, Lost Youth forever. Lost Youth, I don't know, unite. We're in this together, okay? It's a call. It's a call to what was lost, to let it be found. It's a call to lose your mind and find your soul, and just to keep on going, to be the best you, to rediscovering that child inside. Lost Youth, out.